Picture this. You're 20 miles from home. The sky turns black in about 45 seconds. You hit the button to close your roof and nothing happens. Just a sad little click, a whir, and silence. You're now sitting in a convertible in a monsoon, getting absolutely soaked, watching your leather seats absorb what feels like the entire Atlantic Ocean. Or worse, you haven't used your car all winter. Spring arrives, you pull off the cover, and your beautiful fabric roof has turned into a petri dish. Green, furry, alive with mold colonies that have, frankly, built a civilization up there. Here's what stings. A full roof replacement on something like a Porsche Boxster or a BMW Z4, you're looking at $5,000, minimum, maybe $8,000. But the products that prevent all of this, $50, $60 if you're being thorough. That is the most expensive act of laziness in motoring. So today on Convertible Verse, we fix that permanently. Let's start at the beginning, because before you protect anything, you need to clean it. And this is where most people destroy their roofs before the weather even gets a chance. The number one rule: do not, under any circumstances, take your convertible through a high-pressure car wash. I mean it. Those jets operate at anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 psi. The stitching on a fabric soft top is designed to flex and breathe. It is not designed to be sandblasted. High pressure forces water directly through the weave, past the waterproofing layer, and straight into the inner lining. Once that inner lining is saturated, you have mold in a place you cannot see and cannot easily treat. The seams crack, the tension cables underneath lose their even load distribution, and you've bought yourself a warranty-voiding nightmare. The correct method is the two-bucket system. Bucket 1, your clean, soapy solution. Bucket 2, plain rinse water. You work in sections. You never drag contaminated water back across clean fabric. Simple? Yes. Effective? Absolutely. For brushes, you want horsehair. Not nylon, not a stiff scrubbing pad, horsehair. The bristles are soft enough to lift dirt from the fabric weave without abrading the fibers. Work in straight lines, always in the direction of the weave grain, never in circular motions. Circular motions create micro tears. Over time, those micro tears become the entry points for UV damage and water ingress. Now, the dish soap debate. I know someone in the comments right now is typing, "I just use fairy washing up liquid and it's fine." It is not fine. Dish soap contains degreasers and surfactants designed to strip oils from plates and pans. Your convertible fabric has a factory-applied DWR coating that stands for durable water repellent. Dish soap strips that coating in roughly 2 to 3 washes. After that, your fabric absorbs water like a sponge. Use a dedicated convertible roof cleaner. Brands like Renovo, Ragtop, or Soft Top Cleaner are formulated to lift dirt without attacking the DWR layer. This is not optional. Once it's clean and fully dry, and I mean bone dry, not "I left it in the sun for 20 minutes" dry, it's time to talk protection. This is where fabric and vinyl diverge significantly, and you need to understand why. Fabric soft tops, your Mazda Miata, your Porsche Boxster, your classic Mercedes SLK, are woven structures. The fibers themselves, whether canvas or acrylic, are porous at a microscopic level. That's not a flaw, that's a design feature. It allows the roof to breathe, to flex, to handle temperature expansion and contraction without cracking, but those pores are also where UV radiation does its damage. UV rays, specifically UVA and UVB wavelengths, attack the chemical bonds within the polymer chains of the fiber. Over time, and we're talking 18 to 24 months of unprotected outdoor exposure, those bonds break down. The fabric becomes brittle, it loses elasticity, it chalks, it fades, and eventually it splits along the stress points around the rear window and the seam lines. Vinyl roofs have different vulnerabilities. Vinyl is a plasticized material. It contains chemical plasticizers that keep it pliable. UV exposure causes those plasticizers to migrate to the surface and evaporate. The result is a roof that cracks and crazes in geometric patterns, particularly around areas of repeated flex. Once a vinyl roof starts crazing, water ingress is inevitable. The solution for fabric is a penetrating hydrophobic protectant. 303 protectant is the industry benchmark. Apply it to a clean, dry surface with a foam applicator, work it into the weave in overlapping strokes, let it cure for 30 minutes, then buff lightly. The product bonds with the fiber at a molecular level and creates a hydrophobic barrier, meaning water beads up and rolls off rather than soaking through. When your roof is properly treated, you should see water bead into tight, discrete droplets. That is called the beading effect, and it is your visual confirmation that your protection is working. If water sheets flat across the surface instead of beading, your coating is gone and you need to reapply. For vinyl, ragtop vinyl protectant is exceptional. It replaces the plasticizers that UV radiation depletes and lays down a flexible protective film that reduces surface cracking. Apply it the same way: clean surface, foam applicator, cure time, buff, reapplication schedule, fabric every 3 to 4 months in high sun climates, vinyl every 4 to 6 months. If your car lives outside year-round, move that schedule forward. No negotiation, right? This is the section that will save you the most money. Pay attention, because this is where convertible ownership gets genuinely technical and genuinely dangerous if ignored. Every convertible has a drainage system built into the chassis. The roof channels water away from the cabin through a series of small drain holes, typically located at the base of the A-pillar, along the door sills, and in the lower sections of the rear quarter panels. These holes connect to drainage tubes that run down through the body structure and exit underneath the car. On a Mazda Miata, the NC and ND generation specifically, there are 4 primary drain points, one at each corner of the roof well. On a Porsche Boxster, the drains sit behind the convertible top compartment and in the door sill channels. On a BMW Z4, they're at the base of the windscreen pillars. The exact locations vary, but the principle is universal. If these drains block, water has nowhere to go. What happens when they block? Water backs up into the roof well. Then it finds the path of least resistance, which is directly into your cabin. The footwells fill first. You might notice a musty smell before you ever see standing water. By the time you're squelching around in the driver's seat, the damage is already significant. You're looking at soaked sound-deadening foam, corroded floor pan metal, and waterlogged wiring harnesses. The micro switches that control the roof's position sensors will fail. The body control module, which governs the entire roof operation, can short. That is a 4-figure repair before you've even touched the roof mechanism itself. The maintenance procedure is simple. Get yourself a trombone cleaning brush, the long, flexible kind with a small loop end. Available at any music shop for under £5. Every 6 months, locate each drain hole and run the brush through it in a gentle, twisting motion. You are dislodging compacted leaf debris, road grime, and sediment that has hardened like concrete. Follow up with a slow pour of water, not a jet, to confirm flow. Clear water exiting under the car means open drains. Standing water in the channel means you have a partial blockage and you keep working. If you've neglected this and suspect the tubes themselves are blocked, a short burst of compressed air from a can of workshop air will usually clear a partial obstruction. For severe blockages, a thin plumber's snake pushed through carefully will do it. This procedure costs nothing. Ignoring it costs thousands. A convertible roof is a precision mechanism. It has pivot points, tension cables, guide rails, folding bows, and, on electric systems, a network of micro switches and actuators that have to operate in perfect sequence. Treat it like the mechanical instrument it is. Moving metal parts need lubrication. Specifically, the pivot points on the folding bows and the guide rails on retractable hardtops need a thin application of lithium grease every 12 months. Lithium grease is water resistant, temperature stable, and it won't attract the kind of grit that causes wear. Apply it sparingly with a small brush to avoid getting product on fabric or seals. For rubber seals, and this is critical, never use petroleum-based products. Petroleum degrades rubber. What you want is a dedicated silicone seal conditioner. Krytox is the professional standard. It keeps rubber supple, prevents the micro-cracking that leads to wind noise and water leaks, and ensures the seal compresses evenly when the roof closes. Apply it twice a year with a lint-free cloth, working along the entire seal perimeter. The result is a roof that closes with a satisfying, airtight thunk rather than the rattling, whistling nightmare that tells you your seals have hardened. Now, 2 rules. The golden rules of convertible ownership. Rule 1. Never fold a wet roof. When you fold fabric with moisture in the weave and trap it between the folds, you are creating the perfect anaerobic environment for mold and mildew. The spores are always present in the atmosphere. They need warmth, moisture, and darkness. A folded wet roof gives them all 3. Within 48 to 72 hours, you have active mold growth in the fold creases, exactly the areas you cannot clean easily without damaging the fabric. If you've been caught in rain, leave the roof extended. Let it dry completely before folding. Rule 2. Never force a frozen roof. In temperatures below 0 degrees Celsius, rubber seals and fabric can bond to the bodywork with surprising strength. Forcing the roof mechanism strains the electric motor, bends the folding bows, and tears the seal lip. The correct procedure is to run the car's heating for 10 to 15 minutes first, allowing the cabin warmth to migrate outward and release the seals. Apply seal conditioner generously before winter begins. A well-conditioned seal is far less likely to freeze to the body flange in the first place. The RHT, the retractable hardtop, is a different beast entirely. Cars like the BMW Z4, the Mercedes SLK, and the Mazda MX-5 RF replace fabric with rigid panels that fold into the boot. The weather sealing is dramatically better. The noise suppression is car-like, but the maintenance demands are more precise. The RHT relies entirely on its rubber seal system for waterproofing. These seals run along the roof panel edges, around the rear window aperture, and along the header rail at the windscreen. When these seals dry out and harden, which they will without maintenance, you get the classic RHT symphony of creaks, rattles, and wind roar at motorway speeds. That noise isn't annoying, it's diagnostic. It's the roof telling you the seals have stopped performing their function. The treatment protocol is the same silicone-based conditioner approach, but with RHT roofs you must also pay attention to the folding mechanism's hydraulic system. Most RHT cars use hydraulic actuators to power the panel movement. Check the hydraulic fluid reservoir, usually located in the boot area near the mechanism housing, every 24 months. The fluid should be clear to slightly amber. Dark, cloudy fluid means moisture contamination and it needs replacing. Low fluid level means there's a leak somewhere in the actuator circuit, and that needs professional investigation before the system fails mid-cycle. One final point on RHT cars: the micro switch array. These cars use a series of position sensors to confirm that each panel section has fully extended or retracted before the next movement sequence begins. If a single switch fails or reads incorrectly, often caused by water ingress from those blocked drains we discussed earlier, the entire roof cycle will halt mid-operation. On a car like the Mercedes SLK, you can find yourself with the roof partially open, panels at odd angles, and a car that won't move because the system has entered a fault state. The fix is often just clearing the drain, drying the switch housing, and resetting the body control module. But it starts with drain maintenance. A convertible is not just a car, it is a responsibility. It demands the same attention you would give any precision instrument. And the return on that investment, a roof that operates perfectly, that seals like a vault, that looks immaculate at 30 years old instead of 3. That is what Mechanical Sympathy delivers. $50 of product, one afternoon twice a year, that is the cost of doing this right. Now, I know you've got stories. The flooded footwell, the roof that froze shut on the A38, the mold colony that defied science. Drop them in the comments below. This community learns from every disaster. If this video has saved your roof or your wallet, hit subscribe for more engineering level content right here on Convertible Verse. And take care of your roofs, people. They're worth it.